Hey guys, what's going on? Jas Takhar here with co-owner Simeon Papaelius. What's happening, Simos?
Good afternoon, fam. What's going on?
Today is our first show, which we've dubbed REC Insights. I hope you guys enjoy this weekly show that both Simos and I are going to be doing. As you can see, we're not together. As co-owners of REC, we find it very tough at times to be in the same room. However, we know the importance of making sure we're getting out as much content as possible to you, the viewers and the listeners. I'm here at REC headquarters in Toronto. Simeon, obviously, you're in REC headquarters in Mississauga. I love the red and yellow action happening, buddy. What do you think?
I absolutely love it, man. And yeah, like it's tough when you have. I mean, we're in a team of over 35 brokers at this time, and it's tough to get used to. Like I don't remember how many things are pending on a Monday morning. So I come into the West office, the West HQ, and it's nutty here. And I know precisely what it's like at DM because I was there for 10 years.
Yeah.
I know what you got to deal with every Monday morning at DM. So it's just, it's unreal. But here we are doing a Zoom call.
I want to throw it out there to the viewers right now. Leave in the comments, my red or his yellow?
My yellow. Stop living in the
All right,
past,
so sorry, say that again?
You're living in the past.
I know, eh? So, guys, REC Insights are going to be a 4 to 5 minute insight into what's happening, not only currently in the market, but sometimes our forecasts. And with two guys here collectively with a little over 20 years of experience in real estate, we really hope we're going to be bringing you a lot of value in the coming shows. Today, Simeon, what are we going to be talking about? What's our insight for today?
Yeah, so I mean, we've had we were mentioning of kind of the options of what to discuss, and a lot of my conversations in the last, even over the weekend, just touching base with so many active deals. It's always a question around financing in this entire B20 thing. So I just did a deal that was referred to us from our good friend down in London, Justin. Thanks for always having the faith in us, Justin. But,
what up, Mr. Justin Conoco?
Yeah, he referred over a very good friend of his, and this is an extremely qualified gentleman and his partner that are looking for a work-live scenario in the city of Toronto. There was a perfect property that lined up. We were able to negotiate the crap out of the deal, and then we go into that conditional period. So we had an agreed purchase and sale agreement. The deal is let's just call it under a couple $1 million. It's a commercial downtown deal, so we're not talking about peanuts here. No problem with putting down 20%, but the rate and the qualification for the rate is the challenge. So we had a 5-day conditional period for finance, and we had to screech right to the end of the time trying to get the appropriate financing. And the terms that we did find were good, but I mean, were they the best? The answer is no. They weren't the best. So 3 years ago, none of these questions even existed.
So really quickly, let's talk about the actual rules that are in place right now. Why it made it a little tougher for our purchaser to get into this property. Obviously, as you mentioned, he got in, but what made it tougher? What are these rules?
So he made it in because of the strength of his own net worth and portfolio. If it was anybody else, I can tell you that 8 out of 10 applicants would have failed to qualify for this mortgage. So it's not making it a little more difficult. It's making it exponentially more difficult. And the reason for that is, first and foremost, there's lending requirements set by lenders at different benchmarks. Like under 800K, we'll have this rules. Under 1 million in the Toronto market, we'll have this rule. Over $1.5 million, we'll have these rules. So as the risk and the potential for default increases during the different benchmarks, so do the lending requirements. with this, the B20 and all the OFSI, the organization that governs this whole thing and put it into place, they are obligating every application blanket. I don't care if the property is in Red Deer, Alberta, and the property is worth $250,000, or if it's a $2 million condo in downtown Toronto. The buyer has to qualify at 2% or 200 basis points above the current posted rates.
And it doesn't matter how strong of an applicant it might be, they always, like a mortgage broker or lender will have to pre-qualify them, essentially what you're trying to say, Simeon, I think, is would have to pre-qualify them on 2 basis points higher than what's posted.
Yeah, basically, could you get approved if the rates were 2% higher?
So, for example, sorry, I said basis points, yeah, 2% higher. So right now, going rates are 3.2, 3.3%. They need to qualify at 5.2, 5.3%.
Yeah, and that's a significant difference. It's almost double. So
yeah,
we're not talking about qualifying at 20% more. We're talking qualifying 2 basis points more. So if our current rates were at 6% and you have to get to 8%, that's a 25% increase. But when rates are at 2.5% and you're making qualify at 4.5 or 5%, you're doubling the market's actual rates. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, like Simeon, I mean, you and I talk obviously a lot off of air and as much as we can on the phone, and this is a conversation that we both feel very strongly. And I actually agree with you. I do like the fact, though, that the younger generation is, you know, that millennial kind of age group, one of the fastest growing sectors in the real estate market right now, specifically in the Greater Toronto area, that their hope with this rule in effect, hopefully they don't get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the Sings, as I like to say in Brampton, and buy too big of a home than they need just because they go to the bank and they get approved for 750, 800,000 is what we were seeing in the past. They started buying homes at that price point when they necessarily didn't even need that big of a home. What's your thoughts on that, man?
So as much as it disgusts me to see fiscal irresponsibility by young people or by the broker that enabled them, again, I have personally a lot of feelings around my responsibility as a broker and what I do for my clients. If my client's 26 years old, he's leaving home just because you got a couple $100K in the bank because you're so fortunate to have a great job, to do all the right things, to have all the guidance that you had, or to get that inheritance or whatever brought you to this stage, whether it was your responsibility or not. My responsibility as a broker, and somebody who's been in the market now for 15 years, I have literally done thousands of transactions. So have you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know when to counsel your client to say, hey, bro, I get it. I know it looks really good, but this isn't the right move for you. And not only do I know that you do this, I've heard you do this 1,000 times.
Look, I love hybrids. I have a feeling that if somehow the government could come out with like a hybrid of the new rules and what you and I would like to see more of, like loosen it up a little. It's so tight. Like we have high net worth clients that don't necessarily need to be counseled on the fact that they shouldn't be buying a bigger home. So, do you agree that a hybrid would be nice?
A hybrid could work, but I want to talk about a little bit about, because so with the same token about this B20, it's the other side that comes out of it, which is what it's done to the rental market. So this is something I just want to put some clarity on. So the B20 stress test, the only thing I can guarantee you it accomplished is almost increase the rents by 60% on its own merit in the last year.
Yeah.
When you impose a restriction of financing, so a kid that's making $120,000, so there's Johnny and Susie, they make a combined $130K a year. Together, they qualify for a mortgage. Increase that by 2%, the 200 basis points. Now they don't qualify for a mortgage anymore. Now they have to rent for a few more years. So you do that to enough of the marketplace, which in this, it affected 30%. 30%. We're not talking about 3%.
Big number.
It's a big number.
And we've always said, right? It always comes back to supply and demand. You get a higher demand, and we obviously have a supply issue in our city here. Right. They're going to increase.
But Jas, we had a supply problem before.
I know.
1.5 and 1.9. Now it's 0.6.
I know.
So by the rents getting pushed up higher, what did they also do? They pushed the prices of these condos higher. So did it fix affordability? Is Johnny and Susie going to be able to buy their unit off their landlord when their rent just went up $1,000? Why would the landlord sell it?
Well, look, we've always seen anytime there's been some government intervention, it's generally not worked out in the favor of the public.
It's true.
I said 4 to 5 minutes, but you get Simeon and I together, you can't shut us up. Yeah. I have to say, I love my red, but man, is your yellow behind you really starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
We go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just going to say, like, I definitely don't want to push these sessions longer. I think we can cover a lot more of them and constantly do them rather than go off for too long. All these subjects are hot. Yeah. I also want to make sure that every single one of our viewers has the opportunity to give us ideas. If there's something hot, like these insights are about getting, like, kind of like we had pushed over those REC Lives, like kind of current in the market, get the news out. So if somebody wants something covered, you see something really funny or something that's bothering you in the marketplace and you want to kind of hear our perspective on it, please comment below, shoot us a DM, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, I got the post-production team ready. These will be coming out, our insights, as you're seeing them now on Saturday mornings. Comment below if you're watching on YouTube. Comment and or DM us if you're seeing the full version on IGTV. You might just be watching a clip of this on our feed at REC Canada on Instagram. Leave us a comment. Even if you don't like my hair or his hair, comment.
No hair.
As always, we are so grateful to be doing this, so much so that even though that we're not in the same room, we're still going to get this done every single week. We appreciate you guys watching. As always, leave us feedback. It means the world to us, guys.
Thank you. Out from the REC, guys.